Happy Peeps, Suzanna here today for ThermOWeb, and I'm sharing with you this layout created using the Rina K Stamp and Stencil craft die, the Sending Sunshine. I created all of the, well, not all, a lot of the embellishments for this particular layout using these goodies, and I'm going to share with you a tutorial on how I did that. Unfortunately, the end of the video cut off, so you don't see how the layout came together, but that's okay. You'll actually see in the close-ups and then the layout itself, but you'll see how I created the additional embellishments. So what I'm doing here is I have this photo of my daughter, and we are at a lazy river, and so I have my Peerless watercolors, and I am just creating a blue circle in the same shape of that picture, a circle. And part of what I like about this is the illusion that this is the lazy river that we were floating around in. So I'm just trying to get an even amount of coverage the whole way around. And then what I want to do is I want to take the stencil that accompanies the Stamp and Stencil set, and I'm going to use the circles that look like water bubbles and the transparent glitz. You can see that there, and I'm going to apply that scattered throughout the circle, and again, just to add to that water look. I like that this is transparent, and it's tough to see in the close-ups because of the way that I've hit the white balance in order to get the white. It's very difficult to take photos with color and then these details that you want in white, but I'm going to show that to you so you can see that transparent sort of glittery shimmer of the water. So here I have used the stamps of this set, and I'm going to show you how I created the oranges, the greenery, the pineapples, and then the flowers. So here I am creating the orange slices. You could do lemon slices the same way. I'm using a Distress Oxide ink, and this is spiced marmalade, spritzing it with water, and then I'm going to take the stencil and put the inside of the stencil using the orange glitz. The glitz is basically a glitter, and then I'm going to set that aside to dry, and you can use the accompanying die in order to cut that out. We didn't have the dies at the time, so I'm going to hand cut that. So what I'm showing you here is how I created the 3 different types of pineapples. I used Distress Oxide ink, a combination of inks, and a combination of different glitz gels. So I'm going to show you the yellow and the yellow neon glitz. It's Hello Yellow is the new neon color that I'm going to use. So again, I'm using a Distress Oxide ink. This is mustard yellow. Actually, that's not true. This is from My Favorite Things, and I don't have that color written in front of me. And then I'm going to stamp the top of the pineapple with this ink here, and then I'm going to use the stencil just as I did with the others, and I'm going to apply a yellow. So this is the Rina K Hello Yellow. I'm using the purple tape, which is now repackaged, and it has a design on it so that you know that this is original ThermOWeb tape, and I'm applying that with a palette knife. Now I know we have the special buddy thing that you can apply things with, but it's too large for these small detail things, and so I really prefer and feel like I have greater control with my palette knife. I'm going to set that aside and let that dry, and then later you can use the die again to cut that out. So now I am creating the flowers. So I'm going to use, this is the spiced marmalade. No, that's not true. That's a red. It's a pinky red. It's worn lipstick, I believe is what that is. And I'm going to stamp that with some spritzed water, and then I am going to use the new Duo gel and apply that with the stencil to the center of the flower. And I want to flock this, so I'm going to set that aside to dry. I have created an extra one so you can see if it's not dry, it's white, and when it's completely dry and good to run through the hot emboss machine, then it will be clear like I just showed you. You're going to put the flock face down into that gel, put it in a parchment package, and then run that through your heated hot laminator. Don't forget to heat that and peel it off, and there is the pink in the center of that ready orange flower. I have already stamped the stamen or the center of the flower, and I have fussy cut that. There is not a die that goes with that, so you will have to fussy cut that, and then just glued that using my Ultra Bond into the center there. And again, we did not have the dies available to us before CHA, so I am going to fussy cut it, but you will have the luxury of having the die to do that. So next up, I have all of these different leaves, tropical leaves. I use those 3 different color Distress Oxide inks. You have Shabby Shutters, Twisted Citron, Lucky Clover, and then I'm also going to use pine needles, even though there's only 3 that I'm showing there. I used a combination of those 3 different colors. And then I am going to use all of these goodies to create the layout. There is not much of this process video, but basically I interspersed all of these different things, the pineapples, the green leaves, and the orange throughout the page for to encircle the lazy river. I've also used some embellishments from Sunny Days, the Sunny Days collection from Crepe Paper. That background paper that I have this watercolor paper on is from Pebbles. All of the rest of the ephemera, other than these pieces that I'm using from the Rina K Stamp and Stencil Craft Dies, are from Sunny Days. I'm also going to use the sentiment in the stamp set. There are 4 different sentiments. One says "Hello Beautiful," which is what I'm going to use. The other is "Sending Sunshine." If you were a fruit, you'd be a fine apple, and "Orange, you glad we're friends." So great for cards, but also great for layouts. As you can see, I've used here. You can use all kinds of different color combinations. I really like the Distress inks with this because it gives that sort of organic, worn look to it. And this is where I'm going to put the stamp, and I'm going to do that in black. And again, just for a little bit of contrast to the remainder of the layout. I do actually have one of these stamp sets of it's actually the die, the stencil, and the stamp available if you participate in a challenge that I am hosting over on the Rediscover Your Stash Facebook page. So be sure to check that out, and I'll link you to the box down below. Enjoy the rest of the close-ups. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping in today. Take care.